สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning and welcome to Morning Thailand อวรรณสอนเครือหง
And Thananapat Noyving, thanks for joining into the program Morning Thailand show for this Monday, December the 30th, 2013.
Is coming up pretty close now towards the end of the year and
Yes.
Nice earrings, mind you. It's blinking.
Yeah, just for the occasion.
Yes, exactly. So at this point, what we would like to do, obviously, because it's working towards the end of the year, what we would like to do is recap for you.
It's like a special program.
Exactly. What happened in the past year for the 2013, just give you a start of pretty much reminiscent to what have happened. Now, there are several of the very joyous incident, mind you, and one of the biggest news for Thai people was the fact that His Majesty the King actually finally left the hospital. Of course, His Majesty the King has been residing at the Siriraj Hospital for quite a long time due to His Majesty's illness, but Thai people got a very, very good news for this year because, like I said, His Majesty the King finally actually left the hospital and resided currently at the Klai Kangwon Palace. Now, in this particular case, there's a lot of people who actually, for quite some time, were concerned in terms of whether or not His Majesty the King will be well enough to leave the Siriraj Hospital. But on August the 1st, at about 4:25 p.m., their Majesty the King and the Queen actually finally left the hospital for Prachuap Khiri Khan province, the Hua Hin district at the Klai Kangwon Palace. As you can see, a lot of the Thai citizens went to the hospital early in the morning just so they would get a chance to be a part of this historic event. Now they say that both their Majesty the King and the Queen, as they approached to the Klai Kangwon Palace at about 6:49 p.m. on that very day, there were also a lot of the public who pretty much sat on the side of the road all the way to the Klai Kangwon Palace to get a glimpse of His Majesty the Queen, His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen. And they say that prior to that, there has been a lot of security measures in place, but a lot of people were still planning ahead and try to get there beforehand. As for the doctors for His Majesty the King has said that His Majesty the King has been resided at the Siriraj Hospital for 3 years and 10 months. So this is something that obviously hold near to our hearts because we have been waiting for so long for this sight to happen, and it's got to be one of the biggest news yet. And the poll that had just recently been conducted has also said that this is the biggest news, well, the most favorite news, the popular news for 2013 is the fact that Their Majesty King and Queen left the hospital.
Yes, of course. And also, there's another good, heartwarming story there that had brought happiness to all Thai people here was when the Bureau of the Royal Household has announced that His Majesty would graciously grant a public audience to members of the royal family and government officers, including the military officers at the Rachapracha Samakom Pavilion, Klai Kangwon Palace, in Hua Hin district on December 5th, 2013. And prior to that day, as you can see there, a large number of people had made their way earlier in advance just to get the best seat to catch a glimpse of His Majesty when his motorcade passed along the way. They had lined both sides of Pechakasem Road leading to Klai Kangwon Palace. Some of them had brought mats and tents as they intended to sleep overnight there. Some people came a few days earlier, like 4 days earlier, just to get the front seat to observe his motorcade when his vehicle passed. And on December the 5th, when the motorcade passed on Pechakasem Road, well-wishers shouted "Long live the King" repeatedly and waved Thai flags, and some people had tears on their faces as well. The event has been broadcasted on national televisions, and even we are not there at Hua Hin district. People who watch the broadcast via television or anywhere else, I'm sure that they felt the same.
We were touched. I mean, like I said, this has been a long time coming. It was the first time as well that the event took place in the provinces.
Yes, right. And on that day as well, troops on a warship and on the shore fired salutes in honor of His Majesty, and the royal guards took the oath of allegiance on the auspicious occasion. Then several important figures took turns to wish His Majesty a happy birthday, including Kun Yingluck Shinawat, Kun Somsak Suranon, the House Speaker, and representatives of the armed forces as well. And in the birthday message delivered at the Ratchapracha Samakom Pavilion of Klaikangwon Palace, His Majesty said Thailand has been peaceful because of Thais' unity and love for the country. So he said all Thais should perform their duties according to their professions for the sake of stability, happiness of the whole country. His Majesty also thanked royal family members, government officials, military officials, and parliamentarians and Thai people for gathering to wish him well on the birthday anniversary. And as you said, the event was the first time in history that His Majesty had granted public audience outside the capital. It's very joyful to see that his health has improved a lot, and to see all the royal family members there together with several figures of the governments and military there just to wish him a very happy birthday.
Right. So, of course, it marks a great anniversary for a lot of Thai people as well, despite the fact that we do facing a lot of political tension this year. Like you said, right on. This has mesmerized a lot of people in the,
not just Thai people,
global community, because the day before December the 5th, there's a lot of commotion, there's a lot of people on the streets and such. But as December the 5th hit, what happened to the Thai people? We clean up, we disperse, we pretty much paid attention, channels,
candlelit celebrations.
Exactly, channels everything, we unite for December the 5th. But obviously one of the biggest thing was that His Majesty has already said on his speech, which has been done occasionally, like every year, annually, giving out the speech, talking to the Thai people who pay the audience to His Majesty the King. His Majesty the King said that he would like everyone to pretty much know your responsibility and act accordingly. So hopefully this towards the end of the year and coming the January, we will not see any violence. At least that would be a great gift for His Majesty the King. All right, with that, we're going to take a short break, because when we come back, we're going to recap for you the incidents involving monks. Mind you, there's a sad incident where two of the biggest names for the Buddhist leaders have passed away. But there's also a lot of scandals involving monks for this year as well. So stay tuned.